This guy is
That
all
was
sorts of
inside me.
cringe. This guy's all sorts of cringe.
so
That's
let
all
me-
I'm
okay,
saying.
no,
I'm
I disagree.
happy that he's getting blasted.
No, but I like Brendan. I don't know why.
Really?
I like him.
Why?
Brendan directly was nice to me. So
you met him?
Oh, you met him?
So he used to train at TriStar. Or he had like a moment where he was training with Craig Jackson and all that, and that was a TriStar affiliate and stuff. And I remember I did a video for TriStar, just for like, this was my first video of like on my own doing things, and like this whole big black and white artistic take on MMA. And I remember sending it out and literally just tagged at TriStar or something like that. And Brandan Shaub specifically wrote to me saying like, dude, that was sick. And then he shared it all over his social media.
No way.
And he was like in the UFC at that point, and I was just like, doesn't know me, doesn't do anything, but he appreciated what I made and gave me a shout out and then posted it all over his content, all over his social. So I was like, he didn't have to do that.
Hold up, Felicia. Hey, stop bumping my phone. My phone blowing up. Come on, you need to go home. Get out. Call me Felicia. High school romance. Now you got a boyfriend. Come on. And I'm still a drug addict. Puff. Hold up. I need a fucking blow up. I need a fucking bang. I need some fucking rain. I need a bang.
But before we jump into the next topic, we want to take a moment to give a
Thank your
huge
sponsors.
shout out to Castra, who did our billboard here at the Pool Boy Show. We used to have helmets in the back here. Now we finally have a billboard here.
Yeah.
And he did it out of his own good willingness inside of his heart. He saw
Facts.
the work that we were putting in,
true.
and he decided to support us. He gave this to us without making any sexual advances,
Which is actually surprising.
which
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Literally, whenever I deliver work, I'm making a point to add a little bow on top of sexual harassment, just to set a precedent.
right.
It's just is that not what?
No, but what makes him so special is that he didn't make those advances. Usually we expect some sort of sexual advancement.
yeah.
And he's
But I
like-
guess this was the gift, technically.
This was the
So he's
gift.
not gonna give you two gifts.
Exactly. So, okay, now we're jumping back into the topics. So the next topic we have for today is that Brandan Shaub drama with Khalyla.
What?
Khalyla. Or anyways, Bobby Lee's girlfriend.
Kayla.
Khalyla, I believe her name is. So Bobby Lee's girlfriend had a beef with Brandan Shaub. Now, we all know.
I feel like every stand-up comedian has a beef with Brandan Shaub.
I think I've
You know
heard it.
why?
I think
Okay. What were we going to say?
I think I've heard of this story, but go for it.
Okay, I kind of saw this yesterday, so I didn't dig in as deep as I would have liked to. But apparently, so Brandan Shaub was given his comedic career by Joe Rogan, confronting him on the podcast and being like, "Listen, man, you're not going to compete in the heavyweight division the way you're competing right now. Like, there's no way you're going to win a championship."
You'd be surprised. No, you'd be surprised.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
we
remember
we
that.
all remember that famous clip, and it was a crazy moment because it was a friend telling another friend like, bro, you're not gonna make it, man. And he listened to Joe Rogan's advice and actually stepped down.
Do
from
you
fighting.
think that Joe Rogan's gonna have that same speech with him in maybe like a month about his comedic career?
Very interesting point. But before we tackle that,
I like that.
that question, let's let our viewers know kind of what happened. So Brandan Shaub came out with a special that I believe he posted on YouTube. And
It was a comedy special.
some sort of comedy special.
That's
yes.
not good.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Oh,
watched
I
it.
watched the first half, and then I was like, "This is not funny."
It was extremely not well received by the public.
No, because it wasn't funny.
Right. And now Kayla, which is Bobby Lee's girlfriend, she has a podcast with a bunch of other comedian girls, and they rip into Brandan Shaub. They make fun of him and whatnot. And I believe one of the girls even said something along the lines of like, Brandan Shaub was hitting on me sexually.
Yeah, I tried to like walk to her car.
Yeah. He said something along the lines of like, yo, walk to my truck.
Yeah.
Something like that. And then it surfaced that Brandan...
But they didn't say it was Brandan Shaub, but
They didn't say it.
everybody thinks it's Brandan Shaub.
And now Brandan Shaub, being a guy who really wants to fit into the whole comedic scene of Hollywood and be accepted by all these other comedians who have actually put in like 30 years before ever becoming like who they are right now. You know what I mean? And kind of seeing Brandan Shaub being like getting a pass because he has Joe Rogan privileges. I guess
Those must be good privileges. I'd like
Of
to have
course,
Joe
of course,
Rogan
of
I
course.
would love to have Joe Rogan privileges. Everybody would love to have
Oh
those.
man,
But he got a pass and he skipped the line. He skipped the line out of all the thousands of comedians waiting to get a shot and being in the circle of like funny comedians.
He got like a special really, really fast. Like a
Yeah.
special where
Well,
you're gonna
because
get
he
paid.
just tags along, right? He
No, but-
tags along to all the other like that family.
And this is something that I find funny is that a lot of non-funny people would want to be funny so badly, want to be recognized. I met one person who like in person hanging out with them, they weren't really funny, but they desired the acknowledgement and the pride that would come with becoming labeled as a funny
I
person.
always feel like the people that are like that end up doing like the cringiest jokes that you're like really
Yeah.
uncomfortable when they make jokes. You're like, maybe we don't say those things. And they're like, ha, 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 and they're like loud. They're the kind of guy that go to an open mic night because they made a joke once at a party super drunk and their friend told them like you're
You should
hilarious.
do funny
You should
things."
definitely
Yeah.
take like comedy. It's your calling. And then they're like, I'm gonna go. And then they go to the open mic night and like get booed and people throw beer bottles at them. And like, yeah, it's just it's always
For people watching this and you're not sure if you're funny, you need at least 5 to 10 compliments of like, yo, you're fucking funny.
a day.
A day?
A day.
Okay.
Shit, I ain't funny. as
I'm not funny either.
I know you're not
Okay.
funny, Sam, but like it's
Okay. So, anyways, so Brandan Shaub
very
wanted.
handsome though.
Oh, thank
you're
you very
super,
much.
you're charismatic. You don't have to be funny because you got great eyebrows.
Thank
and
you very
really
much.
sparkling eyes.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So Brandan
No,
Shaub.
like really though, they're sparkling.
Thank you.
Like they're smiling at me. How dare you?
Yeah, that was fucked up. Okay. So
On
Brandan
camera,
Shaub.
I'm not cheap. Okay, like you gotta pay. You gotta pay to play. Just kidding.
So Brandan Shaub wanting to be accepted by this circle of comedians in Hollywood doesn't get accepted. His special gets a horrible review and is not well received. These girls on the podcast rip into him. They make fun of him. They trash him, and they make fun of the fact that he made sexual advances on one of the girls who's a host of Tuesday Trash Talk, I think it's called, or whatever.
Literally, the name of the show is Trash Talk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Trash Talk.
well, you know what it is.
Like,
So-
I feel like maybe don't be butthurt about being. Obviously, like, if they're gonna like Me Too him, that's a different thing. But like, if you're gonna like
Nah,
just
dude.
bust
Honestly,
balls, it's like
for,
that's
yo,
fun.
but for real, anybody who talks trash about Brandan Shaub, especially if it's coming from women, I have to co-sign it. Like I have to.
You're not a Brendan Schaub fan. Brendan Schaub is super sweet.
listen,
to me.
I like him. I like him.
Listen,
I liked him before.
I gave him like the benefit of the doubt, but then I saw his podcast with Chris D'Elia, some other dude, and Theo Vaughn.
Theo Vaughn's an interesting dude.
Theo Vaughn, I love him. I love everybody on that podcast except for Brandan Shaub, and especially the way that he acts and he looks all swelled up. His face looks all swelled up. Like the guy took like 45 pounds ever since he stopped competing in MMA and just like has become like what he likes to believe to be like a Bitcoin investor or some type of
Is he
person
a-
who's because bro, like dude,
goodness.
this guy,
Sorry,
bro,
was that us sitting on your?
this guy is
was
all
inside
sorts of
me.
cringe. This guy's all sorts
Okay,
of cringe.
so
That's
let
all
me-
I'm
okay,
saying.
no, I
I'm
disagree.
happy that he's getting blasted.
No, but I like Brendan. I don't know why.
Really?
I like him.
Why?
Brendan directly was nice to me. So
you met him?
Oh, you met him?
So he used to train at TriStar, or he had like a moment where he was training with Craig Jackson and all that, and that was a TriStar affiliate and stuff. And I remember I did a video for TriStar, just for like this was my first video of like on my own doing things, and like this whole big black and white artistic take on MMA. And I remember sending it out and literally just tagged at TriStar, something like that. And Brandan Shaub specifically wrote to me saying like, dude, that was sick. And then he shared it all over his social media.
No way.
And he was like in the UFC at that point, and I was just like, doesn't know me, doesn't do anything, but he appreciated what I made and gave me a shout out, and then posted it all over his content, all over his social. So I was like, he didn't have to do that. And I'm like, that's sweet.
Yeah.
And like, I'm a
Cool
nobody.
guy, I guess. You know, like
at the end of the day, I think Brandan Shaub has a good heart, and I love his segments on MMA related content. The only thing that you could maybe criticize about Brandan Shaub is that he has Joe Rogan privileges, and he
exactly. I think that's the thing I'm salty about.
Yeah,
I guess.
like-
I guess I'm just a salty bitch.
but he got labeled as a comedian a bit too early because a lot of comedians didn't eat for 20 years before they ever surfaced.
Sure. But I
like-
mean, it's also like a who you know kind of thing. So like, you can be angry about it, but it's also like, man, like Brandan Shaub also like was a grinder, was in the NFL, was a professional mixed martial artist for a long time.
He had his grind.
He
He
literally
had a grind, yeah.
He didn't come from nothing. Like, yes, in the world of comedy he did, but he did grind as a professional athlete, and because of that, he got privileges of meeting higher
People,
like
yeah.
people that are in the
Yeah.
spotlight, and he made friends with some of them,
Yeah.
and one of them is a comedian, and then he got inspired by it, and then
Yeah.
it took off.
Now, okay. let's play devil's advocate a bit. Okay, you're Brandan Shaub. You put out a piece. It's not well received. Okay, and then you turn on I guess your YouTube, and then you see the girlfriend of one of your friends, Bobby Lee, ripping into you, and you're probably already hurt because you put out a special that wasn't well received, and this is where he makes a faux pas. He makes a faux pas because he threatens to sue the girls that ripped into him for making fun of him.
I would say that's a faux pas in the world of comedy.
But he's also
Exactly.
he's also taking down content on YouTube of people talking shit about him.
I think it's one of those. I think it's one of those things where it's just like,
yeah, and people have been getting their content flagged and
as a comedian, you dish out a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
And
but
I think it's
as
one
a
of those
comedian, you don't take down content of other comedians when they dish you
That's
out.
what I'm saying. I agree.
Okay,
That's
exactly.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
I think that's the whole thing. It's like that idea of just like Anthony Jeselnik brings that up at one point of like if it's like it's you can't. I don't remember the exact way he said it, but it's just like there's no such thing as too soon or you can't make fun of it. Like you can make fun of it.
Yeah,
it's comedy. It's like
But especially coming from another comedian, like especially
that's it. Like you're getting your like, and once again, like if they're attacking his character in terms of like oh he was super inappropriate and stuff like that, and like
But that's what
it's like if they're not making jokes, then that might be a bit different. But like also like just talk to her, especially like Brandan Shaub is like
I don't know who it was, bro, but there was a YouTube guy, a random YouTube guy who was like barely followed by anybody who got his content taken down because he made a segment about Brandan Shaub, and Brandan Schaub's team decided to flag it on the YouTube community.
I get
So
it.
This is not even it's like I don't know what defamation really means, but like at the end of the day, it's like
Defamation, you're going after the character rather than the substance of their content.
Exactly. But if you're working in comedy, people talk shit about, like, as a comedian, it's your job. Like, if you start doing that, it means that, like, already, like, we're trying to accept you in this comedian world, you know? Like, don't make a fool of yourself by going after other content creators when they talk about you, which at the end of the day is probably good for you, you know? Because you're a comedian, you're trying to be relevant.
He could have taken that and spin it into, you guys, I really bombed my last special, and he makes fun of himself. He could have spin it.
But
in a
he
fun
could have
way.
also talked to her directly because like it's part of their circle. He could have just been
Yeah.
like just talk to her
Yeah,
before
but
threatening
what-
to sue and be
what-
like,
what
why would you
good-
say that about me? It's not really fun.
Yeah, but that doesn't
in private.
But that's not like
private.
that doesn't have any like public relations impact in the sense that like if he sues her or her podcast or whatever, people are gonna talk about it. It becomes part of the narrative.
It's
you
a
know?
bigger snowball.
Whereas,
It's a bigger snowball.
yeah. Whereas, like, if you DM the person, it just like it stays quiet, it stays irrelevant. But like, clearly,
Like-
there's like a business move here.
I mean,
you
he
know?
should just fucking like work on his comedy. If he wants to be a comedian, just keep working on your comedy.
I-
Don't get distracted. Just
Exactly.
keep going.
I can't believe as a comedian you're gonna go after other comedians.
Well,
I can't believe that.
He's also surrounded. His friends are all
Comedians.
really good comedians.
Exactly.
And it's just like, man, just like take your licks. Like they bombed too. You're
Yeah.
gonna bomb once.
Yeah,
in a while. Like,
and
just
bro,
keep practicing. That's
You're
it.
not even a comedian, bruh.
No,
Like
for
you
sure.
haven't been doing this shit for 20 years. We accept you because you're like you guys said, you're a grinder or whatever.
He's also
but you're not even a comedian, bro. And like if you wanted us to accept you as a comedian, better take the L's, man.
Be funny.
Better take the L's. Like he is literally like the person who tackled Dave Chappelle. He's literally doing a Dave Chappelle tackle right now. You know,
By
He's like,
suing.
by suing,
Yeah,
like
by
trying
suing.
to and like unsuccessfully tackle another comedian. Like I don't know, it's kind of cringe and
It's
it's
a
kind of
faux pas. Listen.
it's a faux pas and like it goes to show how much of an unfunny person this man is.
you
That's
see-
it.
on a
I'm not
side-
saying he's a bad person. I'm just saying he's not funny.
Did you see, on a side note, did you see what Chris Rock did after that tackle?
No.
You didn't hear about this? Bro, it's hilarious. So literally, like Chris Rock was, I think one of the other comedians that night, kind of thing, and he came out on stage and like grabbed Chappelle, and he's like, "Was that Will Smith?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up, and
Oh,
like it's
yeah?
on video.
Oh, that's
It's
sick.
hilarious,
Oh, that's
and
funny,
like
yeah.
everyone pisses themselves. I was like, "That's so gold."
I love Chris Rock so much more now. After that happened to him,
Oh, yeah, dude,
and
yeah.
the way he
He's-
handled himself,
he's a rock
I
star.
fucking love
He's
Chris
a Chris
Rock so
rock
much
star.
more. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
for
fucking
sure.
sick. Okay, guys, moving on. Okay, to the next topic. But before we move on to the next topic, let's wrap it up.
wanna thank your
Brandan,
sponsors?
yeah,
Okay,
no.
no, sorry.
Brandan, I still like you. Adele, we'll see.
Never liked you, bro. Never liked you.
And Leo, what do you think?
I think I really
I still like you,
Brandan
Brandan.
Shaub. Like I don't
if
like
you're
his
watching this, I like you.
I don't like his comedy. I've always enjoyed, like, he's cringy sometimes, but I enjoy
You
him.
like him because
Yeah.
he shouted you out, bro.
That helps.
And it's cool
helps.
too.
That
It's
totally
cool.
helps.
If Brandan Shaub would have shouted me out, I would be on his dick right now. But Brendan, you've never shouted me out. I don't fuck with you, and hopefully you stop suing people for shit that they say.
Okay,
man.
so we were talking before about like how much it would cost for you to get pooped on. Like if it's Brandan Shaub pooping on you, what's the price in a shower because you're a princess?
It would have to be more expensive, honestly.
Yeah,
just because I don't.
You know
like
he
the
can
guy.
afford it.
14 racks.
Honestly,
14 racks?
because I know he could afford it. I know because he could afford it, but honestly, because I don't like him, it would add to the value. Like I don't want to get shit on by somebody that I don't fuck with.
Right.
So I think I would have to charge like. It would become a whole thing because I know he's a loudmouth. He would talk about it and shit. It would have to be $100,000.